Why, hello there, and welcome. Looks like you've earned yet another privilege of the Alpha Nerd Podcast, where me,
lucky you,
Pedro Dark Temptation Karskio, and my buddy over here, Seth White Chocolate Cyclouse.
Sweeter than dark.
You got to work on that one, buddy.
Yeah, I got it.
But we're here to yet again discuss whatever the fuck we want, but generally be video games. So, I want to start this episode off. Very, very sad moment in our lives, Seth. If you want to pass me that
Yep. There you go.
There, glass here.
Sure thing.
So, those of you, have been following the news. It's been a loss of a very important retail establishment in our lives. We're, of course, talking about Toys R Us.
JG.
So, Toys R Us will be closing. I know the one in our area is closing relatively soon. And it's sad because, it's the end of an era, Seth.
It is the end of an era.
There may be kids who don't find their first action figure at Toys R Us or video game console or just to go to Toys R Us and see the Land of Wonder.
It's sad because I remember going as a kid. Going to Toys R Us was like a trip. It was like it was like about as good as going to a theme park. It was like you're going there, you see all these amazing toys.
It was like a bribe, almost like if you're good, we'll stop at Toys R Us.
Yeah,
and you're like,
exactly.
Deal.
The thing is though, is that I don't really feel bad for them.
Oh no, they're like $4-something million in debt. Like what?
Well, they never really adapted to modern days. Their prices are extraordinary. Their toys kind of suck, especially the one near us. They never got good.
Now, do you have a favorite Toys R Us memory, sir?
Not really. Toys R Us was never my place.
Oh.
See, I loved going to Toys R Us. I loved, going there, but I was always more of a Walmart kid. We just go to Walmart and get the toys and then get out,
You were a Walmart kid.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, because, I loved to go to Toys R Us, but Toys R Us never had the games. Like they had games, but it was always, we were talking about this earlier, just a giant pain in the ass to get the games.
Yeah.
And then, the Toys R Us near us is kind of like a broke-ass beta Toys R Us. So, the action figures and whatnot that were there were always at, Walmart. So, there was not really any reason to go to Toys R Us.
See, me, I have a lot of good Toys R Us memories. My Aunt Miriam actually worked for Toys R Us for, 20 years.
You have an Aunt Miriam?
I do, yes. And I always remember you go to the video game section and they have all the consoles in a glass case with lights under them.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I saw, like I was telling you guys earlier, I saw Sonic and Knuckles. I'm like, and this after I'd played Sonic 3, I'm like, there's another Sonic game?
Yeah.
And it was just it was just one of these moments that burned into my mind. I remember it's the Holy Grail. I had found the Holy Grail. And that day, I was lucky enough that my grandpa was like, let's buy this. And, doctor.
Did you fall in love?
Fucking, yes. That's still my favorite Sonic game.
I love Sonic and Knuckles as well.
Yeah, that Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the pinnacle for me.
Not as good as Sonic Adventure Battle, though.
Whoa, that's a hot take. Whew. I don't know if we're going to move on.
Yeah, I remember going, buying G.I. Joes and whatnot, but... Like I said, the Toys R Us up here is kind of broke-ass Toys R Us.
And then my other memory is getting the Wii at Toys R Us.
Oh.
Because, in New York at the time, you couldn't find a Wii anywhere.
No, couldn't.
And my Aunt Miriam, set one aside, and I remember the big line at the R Zone. I'd walk to the front. Here to pick up my Wii. Hand them the money. Later, betas.
I'm trying to think if there was, literally any solid memory of Toys R Us for me. I don't think there is.
Did I remember getting games in the bargain bin at Toys R Us? Some Sega Genesis games. Bargain bin. Vector Man. Comic Zone.
I went to
Ogre
Toys
Man.
R Us more as an adult than I did as a kid.
Really?
Yep. Just kind of going there, with friends and whatnot. Just going and trying to find something good. I probably spent less than $100 at Toys R Us, I bet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That truly wounds me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just whatever.
But I just feel like the age of toys is going away anyway. You're seeing a lot of kids these days there's no toy kids. It's more tablet kids.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, a little bit. Cuz I remember growing up playing with the wrestling figures, action figures, super soakers, you'd go to the toy section and you'd have a field day. I remember wanting Power Wheels, never got one.
I had a lot of Power Wheels.
Oh, I wanted a Power. I want a Power Wheel so bad.
So the funny story is that this is probably a good Toys R Us story. My dad took me to Toys R Us when I was really little to get me one of those electric powered 4-wheelers, and I took it, and he goes, "Oh, why don't you get on there?" I got on it and immediately turned it on and started driving around the store, like skidding around turns and shit like that.
Yes.
My dad's like, "Well, we got to get it."
You have to have it.
So he got me that one, and then about a year later, I got another one. That was even bigger, and then a year after that, I got my first gas-powered 4-wheeler.
Dude, Power Wheels. I remember the commercials made it look sweet. Kids are just like, oh, that's the dream.
Do you remember like the crazy ass toy commercials though?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You could never replicate in real life.
Nope.
Like even if you had all the action figures like that were shown in the commercials, like these kids were like doing all these crazy back set pieces and whatnot for them, and like they would show these kids rolling around these electric powered like cars with like their fucking glasses down to like it's like rolling like it's a real car.
Yeah. Or I remember just like even playing with like the G.I. Joes and stuff like that, and having the big set pieces or the Ninja Turtles and having every piece. My cousin Noel, because he was a lucky bastard because he would always get like the whole set lines because his mom worked at Toys R Us. So I remember the one time we'd go to his house and just play with all the G.I. Joes. Like there was 1,000 of them, and I remember in my head like, you know what, this kind of is a bit of an undertaking here. Yeah. This doesn't work.
Well, also the thing is that like they would have these really cool Nerf commercials.
Oh, yeah.
And Nerf is, to this day, never as cool as it showed in the commercials. No. You have these kids like fucking diving and doing stunts like, like they're actually like commandos and shit. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty athletic.
This looks great.
Kids are getting really into it.
I actually remember buying sock and boppers at Toys R Us. Fun fact, you punch somebody in the face with a sock and bopper, you might as well use just your fist, because you'll feel some knuckles.
Well, because the air like displaces, and then the knuckle just comes through. The sock and boppers, I want to know who developed that idea.
And I want to shake that man's hand.
We're going to give these kids inflatable boxing gloves and have them beat the hell out of each other. Because I'm assuming they thought that the kids wouldn't go 100%.
Kids always go 100%.
Yeah, I remember just like beating the shit out of people with sock and boppers.
Because as a child, if you could make your friend cry, you won.
Yeah,
you won.
Hulk. They make like Hulk.
Oh, the Hulk gloves. Those things are hard.
Yeah, they make like the Hulk boxing gloves, whatever for kids.
My nephew had one. He hit me one of those times. Dude, I'm like, whoa, hey, pal.
Well, see, I remember because like. It was always a gamble to sock and boppers because you never knew if someone had the other ones, like another set.
No, there was always one.
So you always ended up like punching each other with one sock and bopper.
Trading off, or you'd split them. Yeah. But then you'd use the open hand to slap somebody.
Oh, I never did the open hand slap.
Seth, we just found a revelation.
What's that?
We can buy sock and boppers on.
How much are they? I bet they're a lot of money.
They are $11.88.
Oh, holy shit! Are they original ones? Like the original sock and boppers?
Big Time Toys. Sock and bopper. Colors may vary.
I want to know if that's the original sock and bopper.
I feel like this is a purchase that needs to happen.
Oh my god, that's just nostalgia in a box. Just watching these pictures of these kids beating the shit out of each other with sock and boppers. That's unrealistic. What they should have is someone like a 6-year-old on top of a 4-year-old in full mount, and he's just bloody and like fucked up, and he's just crushing the shit out of him. As the kid screams for mom, and the other kid's like, "No, you're never getting away.
Mom can't save you.
Beat the ever-loving shit out of you right now, kid."
So but to tie things together, I'm real sad to see Toys R Us go away, because again, it's the end of an era. You now know you're old.
We lost KB Toys when I was a kid, and then Toys R Us, yeah.
So we're gonna pour one out for our man.
We're
gonna pour one out for our man Jeffrey.
Here's a hot take though. I think KB Toys was better.
That is a hot fucking take.
Especially like the KB Toys around here was in the mall. It was way cooler.
We're not gonna drink it because Dragon Milk sucks.
Dragon Milk's disgusting.
But we just poured one out for Jeffrey, our main man. Moment of silence.
You think Jeffrey was ever a real giraffe?
No.
Moment of silence. Sorry.
No. All right, moving on. So Seth, what you been playing, buddy?
Since the last episode, I pretty much focused all my time into one game, which was Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
You showed me that you beat that.
Went real balls deep.
Balls deep.
It was really amazing. Really good. The thing is that I didn't like the combat system at first in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then the more you get into it, the more you realize how it works. You gotta realize it's like a really deep, in-depth combat system with a lot of like rhythm. And, it's all... Because, like, normal attacks don't do anything in that game. They're basically useless. So you gotta set up... You use a normal attack to set up your special attacks, to set up, like, your elemental attacks. and then you chain them all together. It's all about chaining attacks together. Really fell in love with the combat system. The story is great. The only thing I gotta say though is like what was going on with the voice acting in that game.
Yeah, it seemed like the voice acting was kind of bad. Like
You
it
can-
was like a B. It was like felt like a B level Tales game.
You can get past it once you play through it, once you play it enough, you kind of get used to it. But there's still like certain things that are very jarring.
Yeah.
Like Pyra's level 4 special attack.
Uh-huh.
They go burning sword.
Oh yeah, I saw.
And it's like this is you're gonna use this like specifically probably hundreds of times throughout the game, and you guys couldn't get this one right.
Yeah.
It felt like the whole they recorded the whole thing on one
take.
One take. Yeah, it's exactly what it felt like. Because there's no way they played that back and listened to it and were like, "That's great."
That's the one.
They didn't do it. But other than that, dude, I really love that game. I would seriously give it like a 9.95. It's really good.
Yeah, because I know I played. We got it around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I played like 10 hours into it. I was struggling with. I just felt like I reached a point in the story where it was kind of. I didn't necessarily remember what the fuck I was supposed to do, and then like I was trying to grind and kept dying. I'm like, okay, this is.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. I remember where you were right now. You were at a spot that you aren't even supposed to fight anybody at.
Yeah.
You're supposed to run straight for the enemy because you can't physically win in that game with no party members. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. So you can't grind without any party members. So you had to go straight for that boss. It wasn't even a boss. It was like just a special enemy you had to fight. But they didn't tell you that. And the enemy was like in a super hard location to find. It was like under a cliff that you had to go to.
Oh, wow.
So you had to like jump down to it. And it was just a real pain in the ass. It took me a long time. But the further you get into that game, the more the story opens up. And the cool thing about it is the characters are really, really well developed.
Uh-huh.
And not just like your main party member characters, but also like the blades you get. Which is weird because there's like, let's say like 30 to 50 unique blades, but each of them has like their own little quirks and stuff they do. They have their own little side quests and stuff like that you can do, and you can go through the entire game missing all that if you don't unlock that blade.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like there's this really cool blade called Herald that you can get if you donate like 100 like blood related objects to unlock her, and she has like this really cool backstory with the one kingdom that I don't want to spoil for you, but yeah. I recommend it fully. 100%.
Yeah, eventually I'll get into it. I haven't really touched my Switch in a while.
Yeah,
which I'm sad about. But no, I really liked the soundtrack on Xenoblade 2. That was kind of what drew me in.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But just because once you get like to the point where you don't remember what you're supposed to do, and then you're dying all the time, I'm like, I probably should start this over because I don't remember what the fuck is going on.
The opening is pretty cool. The one enemy is a complete ripoff of Sephiroth. I will say, Jin.
Oh, absolutely.
Blonde, white-haired dude, kind of silver with hair with long giant.
I feel like that's very tropey in a JRPG. I feel like there's always a guy.
Is there? I can't think of another one. Silver-haired guy with a long katana.
I just meant silver-haired guy, but not necessarily. But there's always that guy who's just supposed to be a badass, but then he's got some sort of weird quirk to him, or there's some backstory bullshit. But I just feel like it's very tropey.
The one thing I will say that I didn't like about the plot is that the main villain of the game, I said that there's like really two main villains of the game. They don't really have any motivation.
Yeah,
they're just kind of bad, and it was like not that big of a deal, but I was kind of like, okay, I was expecting some big revelation, like why are you doing this?
Yeah.
There's not really any. They're just kind of just like, I kind of just fucking hate everything.
Oh. See, the only villain that's ever gotten away with being bad just because I think was like Kefka. Just you're like, oh wow, that's crazy.
I feel like Sephiroth was kind of like that though.
But he had kind of a reason, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I would say he did.
I always thought his backstory was pretty weak. He's like, oh, I'm a science experiment. It's like, what'd you fucking think? You have a wing growing out of you.
I thought that was normal.
Yeah, it's like, well, did you think this was all just chill?
Yeah, he's like, oh, a wing, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand Sephiroth's problem. It's like, obviously, you're already special. Like, so you were born in a lab. Who cares?
Hey,
like,
listen, some people that can break a man.
I guess.
That can lead a man to madness.
I guess.
Or that can lead you to be in a game that's never going to come out because it's being remade.
I still think
this game's never fucking coming out.
I still think it's coming out.
Just let it go.
Because they're just bolstering their team.
That game, we won't see that game for another 3 or 4 years.
Maybe that's probably true.
Called it. You heard it here on Alpha Nerds.
Why don't they just fucking fire Nomura or put him on like fucking stupid shitty mobile games? I don't get it.
I don't know, because he's a fucking madman. He's a madman.
He's ruined 3 franchises.
Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts.
I was gonna say 15 Kingdom Hearts and probably 7 now too.
I'm just saying, because of him, Final Fantasy 15 took 10 years.
Because of him, Kingdom Hearts 3 is taking 10 years.
Yeah. That's insane.
You think Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year? I think it is.
Fuck no. No.
I think it is.
I mean, I'd love to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope both come out this year. But realistically, no, I don't think either of those games are coming, sir.
No, I mean, Final Fantasy 7 is definitely not coming this year, but I think Kingdom Hearts 3
until I'm holding the game in my hand and unwrapping the shrink wrap, I reserve doubt.
It's like a week out. The game just gets canceled.
Yeah, no, we're not. Pass. You been playing anything else, buddy?
Yakuza 0. Playing Yakuza 0. Jumped into that Yakuza 0 train because they announced Kiwami 2.
I'm so excited
for the West,
for
which
that.
I'm just rock hard. Just rock hard.
Yeah, I've also been playing Yakuza 0. And I think we're generally in the same area.
I think you're about an hour or so ahead of me.
Yeah. Yeah, because, with the Tachibana real estate.
Tachibana.
We're dealing with that. I thought I was going to be adverse to jumping back in, like you said you were, because I'm like, man, I really don't want to build my character. And, like, I was like, but it's got its hooks into me.
There's a couple things I don't like about it, as opposed to Kiwami, which is, just because Kiwami's my first one, so obviously I'm going to compare it to it. I don't like how you use money to upgrade your character.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
It's fucking strange.
Yeah, it's because it's really jarring because every fight you're in, there's money flying everywhere.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But there's just something special about Yakuza. Like it's almost, I don't want to say sarcasm.
Yeah.
But it's also it's more like, I don't know, cartoonish behavior. Like, I love when you're showing them one of the new fighting styles and it zooms in on Kiryu and he goes, "That's rad." I heard that playing in my head like 4 times.
I feel like that's a wonderful gif.
That's rad.
Like, that's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Yakuza 0 actually came out before the Kiwami remake. Mm-hmm. So there's stuff that like they took from Yakuza 0 and Kiwami that, they probably streamlined a little more. So, but I think like Yakuza 0, it's hard for me to explain, but like I'm into it because like who these characters are. Mm-hmm. Like when you run into Nishiki in Yakuza 0, you're looking at him like,
fuck this guy.
Fucking god damn it.
Yeah.
Because what ends up happening.
Fuck this guy.
But I've enjoyed it. The story, I don't know if the stories are necessarily anything to write home about, but like they're engaging enough where you're like, okay.
Well, the weird thing is that like both this story, from what I can tell so far, and Kiwami are pretty much about like nothing. Like it's just like these minor events that just apparently explode into massive big deals. I don't know.
Yeah, because this one's about like the premise of this one's kind of really stupid.
Yeah, like
these
Yakuza clans are fighting over this empty lot, and I'm like,
and it's like this square. It's like so small, like a little square in Kamurocho or whatever the fuck it is, and they're like, we need this.
Fun fact: these have all been developed for PS3. Did you know that?
Oh, really? I did not know
that's
that.
That's why they kind of like play real janky and look kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yakuza 6 is the first game developed for PS4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm excited for Yakuza 6, but I know that it's going to be a far off play for me because after I play Kiwami 2, I'm going to play 3 and then 4 and then 5.
See, I'm not going to do that.
I need the whole shebang.
You know what sucks though is that 5 was a digital only release.
Yeah, I know. I have it on my PS Plus account, so whenever I reactivate PS Plus, I have Yakuza 5 on my PS3.
I don't like that. I
didn't like that either. But hey, at least they gave it to us, right?
They almost gave up on Yakuza.
Yeah, and then all this. It's really weird because Yakuza is having like this renaissance in the West. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why.
Well, I think it's because of Yakuza 0, because I don't think people jumped on to Yakuza 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and then once they got up to the higher numbers, like 5, they're like, people are just like, well, I can't just jump in. It's kind of like a weird, like, Japanese game, So they released Yakuza 0, and everyone's like, oh, okay. They do the alpha move and release Kiwami for $30.
Fuck yeah, man.
With a steelbook and whatnot. And that's what got me. I'm like, well, I can't pass this up now. Yeah. Like, okay, this is a perfect jumping on point. So I did, loved it. Now I'm in.
Yeah, and it's just... Because I don't even know what the attraction to Yakuza 0 was, because I remember in 2017, it was one of those games that, Yakuza 0 came out, and everyone's like, yo, Yakuza 0 is amazing. I was like... Huh? And like,
I think it was probably, if I had to guess, it was like that Dying Light syndrome, where it's just like right time placement for release, and that nothing probably came out. I mean, I don't know when it came out, but this is my straight up guess. And someone was like, "Oh, it's this fucking Yakuza 0 game. It's probably a prequel. I can jump in, see what the rest of these games are about." And then people just liked it, and word of mouth spread.
Yeah, because it came out like alongside Resident Evil 7, like right in the beginning of January.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's when it came out. But again, I just remember hearing everyone kept talking about Yakuza 0, and like it was like, yeah, it was kind of the opening salvo of that monster 2017.
Did Resident Evil 7 not come out during Halloween?
No.
Wow, big fucking beta move there.
Yeah. I mean, Resident Evil 7, though, again, that game was amazing, too.
Yeah, but you can't release that not around Halloween.
I know that's what I would have did, but hey, I don't run Capcom. I'm just
fucking monkeys running Capcom over there.
Probably the same monkeys that run Nintendo and Square Enix. Same ones.
Although Nintendo's monkeys getting pretty savvy.
I love that Nintendo can release cardboard. It'll sell.
Oh yeah, how about that? Fucking what is it called?
Labo. Nintendo Labo.
It's like all right. And then we get the fucking fanboys in line. They're like, "Wow, this is revolutionary. This is amazing." I'm like,
I really hope that idea came where there was a bunch of guys drunk on some sake, perhaps some cheap sake.
How can we make the most amount of profit possible?
Like, least amount of overhead cost, maximize profit. I know. Let's release cardboard.
And the prices for it are insane.
I love it.
They're like $70.
I love it. And people are eating it up.
Are they, though? Are people buying it?
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
I love it. Because I feel like the guys are like, wow, how did we miss this window? Why were we trying with the Wii U and all these innovative ideas? Why not re-release a slightly streamlined version of the Wii U that we can eliminate the whole need for the tablet. It can just do both.
Yeah.
And we don't even need to put more games on it. We can just port everything you fuckers didn't play over to it, so you can have the illusion that you have games.
Yeah.
But these are games that people have played, but maybe you haven't.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Strangely okay with it, though. I'm totally okay.
I'm strangely okay with it, too.
There was so many games on Wii U that I wanted to play, but I'm like, I'm not fucking buying a Wii U. I'm not doing it.
That Smash announcement, I was like, I'm in.
Yep. Fucking Bayonetta 2.
Bayonetta 2. If they give me Paper Mario, I'm in there.
I'm just missing that Xenoblade Chronicles X.
I think we see that maybe next year.
I want original Xenoblade Chronicles to come, too, though. I think it's a solid eShop game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just crazy. I just love it. Everything Nintendo touches just going to gold. And it's probably infuriating for certain people, but I love it.
You know what's great? I give Nintendo credit for, though, is that they get shit done.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they're not over here wheeling and dealing, announcing release dates and delaying shit and canceling games that aren't, really there.
I really love that what they've been doing. Like, any game they announce is coming out relatively soon, and I like that.
Yeah. So by the way, speaking of games that are coming out soon, Soul Calibur 6 is coming real soon, buddy. I'm telling you. The fact that they're announcing so much, they just announced Geralt as a guest character. I'm like, this game could be coming as early as next month. I'm not even playing around anymore.
I think it's gonna be in the summer.
I think they're gonna be like E3. They're like, what's up? This game's coming out next fucking week.
That'd be amazing.
I know, right, dude? They're just showing so much.
I know, and I can't wait to buy it.
And they're on like a 100% full blast advertising train.
I know, it's exciting, and I'm excited to buy it. And once again, quell the rebellion, Seth, because I feel you getting uppity.
Oh, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
See, you said the same thing with Dragon Ball Z Fighters,
and you know what? I feel like I did beat you. I beat you in Dragon Ball Fighters. Last time we played, I beat you 2-1.
You did not.
I did so.
You did not.
I did so.
Didn't happen.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
We quell the rebellion here on the Alpha Nerd podcast. And
you know what pisses me off? I don't think they're putting Young Sung in the game. Who's my main?
I don't even know who that is.
Young Sung?
Oh, no, that's Highwang. In that,
he was a Chinese big giant.
Chinese okay, that's what I'm thinking. Guy, the Shimthar.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
I'm a Maxi guy.
But they showed off this new guy who had he's got a sword that splits in half. It's like a 2-piece.
Oh no.
He's like a staff sword guy. I'm liking how he looks.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Because I was like going on media blackout of fighting games. I know I'm gonna buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the general surprise. I'm like, oh.
I can't wait. I'm hoping to do a character creator again. I love the character creation.
Are they gonna have the what's the single player mode normally in Soul Calibur? I forget what it's called.
I forget.
But I love it.
Yeah. Soul Calibur 2 was so good. It was
long too. Oh my god,
it
was
long.
So good.
You can unlock all the fucking soul edges for all the characters.
That upsets me that I don't remember the name of that mode.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur.
Did we get a Soul Calibur 2 HD re-release not too long ago?
I don't remember. Not sure.
I feel like we did.
I feel like Soul Calibur 2 is like almost like Street Fighter 2 is like the peak.
Yeah, the pinnacle. Because after Soul Calibur 2, it kind of just went downhill.
Yeah, it just went downhill.
Soul Calibur 3 was good, but it was glitchy as hell. It was
Soul Calibur 4. I don't even remember I don't remember Soul Calibur 4 at all.
Soul Calibur 4 had the Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
They had Yoda, Starkiller, and Darth Vader. And then Soul Calibur 5 was the bitch-ass one that no one played. That I had the collector's edition for it over there.
Oh. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like during the PS3 era, I feel like a lot of franchises kind of went through the dark ages.
Yeah. Final Fantasy for one of them.
Maybe. It's a hot take. But, yeah, I just remember the PS3 era didn't really have, like, because I feel like I played a lot of sports games during the PS3 era, and I just felt like there weren't those games that were, like, that roped me in until, I think I started playing Dead Space, and I was like, okay, there's some stuff here. Okay, we can play something other than NCAA football.
Speaking of, like, games that died during the PS3 era that were fighting games, what happened to Virtua Fighter?
Oh, it died.
You know, like, what the fuck happened?
Tekken finally snubbed it out.
And then Dead or Alive, I feel like kind of...
I think Dead or Alive's dead after...
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's gone. I think because, again, it just hasn't sold very well.
See, because I think Dead or Alive and Virtua Fighter are both better than Tekken.
I don't think they have the characters that have the staying power. Like Tekken has
I think Dead or
memorable
Alive
characters.
does. I don't think Virtua Fighter does. I think Virtua Fighter was a better game than Tekken.
I used to love Virtua Fighter. Like
Yeah.
when I had my Sega Genesis, that port of Virtua Fighter 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved Virtua Fighter, and I you know what? I've been trying to dive back into Dead or Alive because I liked Dead or Alive 3, but I can't.
My favorite Dead or Alive is Dead or Alive 2 on Dreamcast. Dreamcast was like a haven for fighting games.
Dead or Alive was sweet because it was like the first game you could shoot people through the fighting stage and like drop them off a building.
But I just feel like now Dead or Alive has like that annotation with the fucking with the female characters.
Yeah, I feel like once people started bringing attention to it, like the games just kind of became about that. It was really weird.
And then the beach volleyball shit didn't really help things.
No.
And now people are just like, yeah, I don't want to.
I don't really care though.
I mean, I don't care either, but like I prefer Tekken. I enjoy Tekken over Dead or Alive and Virtua Fighter.
I've just never been a Tekken guy.
I enjoy Tekken a lot. Big fan of Kazuya Mishima.
My problem with Tekken, I think, is that the attacks do too much damage. Fights can be over insanely quick in Tekken.
Oh, absolutely. You can get ruined relatively quickly.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about Tekken.
And God help you if you get juggled. Yeah. As you saw, we were watching that video yesterday.
Yeah.
People just getting juggled.
The bosses in Tekken, by the way, out of control.
Oh yeah.
The fucking ogres and demons and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
I like it because it's very jarring and frustrating, and they're huge, and they will kill you.
Yeah.
You been playing anything else, buddy?
No, not really. I've been kind of... After I beat Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I was trying to 100% it, so I was kind of devoting all my time into that. But now I'm kind of backing off that train a little bit. Yeah. I started Ni no Kuni 2 about 10 minutes into that. Really, I mean, it's fun.
I was actually just watching a video for Ni no Kuni. I think I'm going to play that.
You think you're going to play it?
The first Ni no Kuni.
The gameplay is solid.
Because I saw like it's got a Pokemon / like Persona vibe / SMT like with the familiars and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, okay, yep, I'm in.
Oh, you're talking about the first Ni no Kuni?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a lighthearted story. Fun fact: I got a blowjob while playing Ni no Kuni.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I think I know who that was from.
No, you don't. No,
that's disappointing. I respect you for that.
First blowjob I ever got while playing a video game. Ni no Kuni. Weird because it's kind of a child's game.
Hang on. Never mind. We're not gonna go there. But we're not gonna go there. Because I don't know. I remember just when Ni no Kuni first came out when we were working together. I just remember like I don't know. I'm sorry, that was fucking funny.
I was talking about Pedro.
And I just remember the game being like too kiddie for me. I'm like, I'm gonna pass on this. But like you guys up in the Williamsport store were just about it. I'm like, huh.
I was about it, and then we got all those collector's editions. And I got my collector's edition and sold it. Because I didn't really like Ni no Kuni when it first came out. I was like, this is way too childish for me. I think as an adult now I could go back and appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I was all about these fucking edgy, dark RPGs. I just wanted to... awesome protagonists and whatnot. But Ni no Kuni's cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to try that one. I've been playing... I finished Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age.
Ooh.
And like on the night I came over and we went to Walmart and you bought it, I really think Final Fantasy XII gets a lot of heat. I mean, rightfully so, but there's a really good story there that I enjoyed.
Do you think they made a bad decision with the combat system? Do you think they should have stuck with the turn-based? Because they've not gone back to this combat system since.
I would say no. There's certain things I didn't like about it, but like the gambit system. Once you understand the gambit system, it works fantastically. Like, you got this status ailment, your character it's basically all these variables. You get poison, your character automatically will answer.
Yeah, you can kind of make the gameplay itself.
Yeah, and then because I know Penelo was my white mage. And she, when I'd go to bosses, I'd have her gambit set, your healing, protect, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to sit there micromanaging it. You could sit there and still do that if you want to, fumble through the menus and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed how streamlined the combat system was. What gives me anxiety about that game, though, and any game that's similar to it, I need my characters having classified roles, because if you leave it to me, I will. My party was all fucked up.
Dude.
I had my main character Vaughn he was a samurai. I forget the class it's called exactly. He was a samurai and a time battle mage.
That's a weird combination.
Yeah, Bosch was a knight and a white mage, and Penelo was a white mage and an archer. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Well, yeah, because in the very beginning of the game, they're like, "Here, select a role for Van," and they don't tell you how important it is.
Yeah,
and it's like, you can't change this.
No, and I felt bad because my Balthier was completely useless. He had 2 horrific roles. I can't really remember what they were, but
yeah.
And it sucks because I really like Balthier. But I really liked the game. The soundtrack is fantastic.
Gave me a lot of anxiety as well. The roles.
The roles, right?
Yeah.
The job system, man. Good God, I
don't know how I did that when I was 12. I have no idea.
Yeah, but again, I thought Final Fantasy XII is. I recommend playing it. It's actually stories. I enjoyed the story. It was engaging for me. I loved the judges. I thought it was very Star Warsy vibe.
I really wish that Van wasn't such a little bitch, though.
Yeah, I didn't like Van at all.
I hate his outfit. I hate the way he fucking moves. I hate everything about him screams beta male.
Yeah, and I didn't really pay attention to Vaughn at all. He was just kind of my avatar, if you will, which I think that's kind of what they were going for. He's like you, because he doesn't really fit into the story. They didn't really.
I'm not a beta male. So.
Video says otherwise, buddy. But his story doesn't really do much. I know in the beginning you have his brother getting some stuff going on, and
his brother who should have been the main character.
But again, but they don't necessarily address the fallout from that, really.
Yeah.
Unless there's backstory stuff I missed, which very, very well could have. But I really enjoyed Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age. It's a really good remake. I recommend it. The speed up function.
How many hours did it take you to beat that?
50.
See, I think, in my personal opinion, the combat system is terrible, but it's got the best summon system.
I like the quickening, or not the quickening summon system where they're with you.
Yeah.
I didn't like the quickening stuff. That I didn't like.
That I liked the summon, and I liked the summons in Final Fantasy X, where they replace your party and you control them. That's pretty sweet.
The other thing I enjoyed doing was the side quests, the hunts and stuff like that. The clan primer.
Oh yeah, those are pretty cool.
I really enjoyed that.
Carried over into Final Fantasy 15.
Yes, it did. Yes.
Also, didn't like the summon system in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Well, I didn't like it because it's random, and I always seem to get ones that made no damn sense.
It's random, but not really, because as long as you stay alive long enough at low health, it'll come up.
Yeah,
and it's it kind of just breaks the game.
I get what they were going for, but I would get the weirdest ones in 15, in the weirdest areas. I remember you're in the is it Niflheim or Nibelheim? Niflheim.
Nibelheim 7.
I hate when they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Remember when we talked? I think we've talked about this.
Yeah.
But and excuse me, you're fighting the one boss there who's just a damage sponge.
Yeah.
And I got tagged with something because another thing I don't like about 15, you'll randomly get tagged and it'll take all your health and you're like, what in the fuck just hit me?
Yeah.
But the summon thing came up and I held him. Fuck it, I'll do the summon. I was in that base where you're underground. I got Leviathan.
Yeah, you know what sucks is that mine glitched out.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
So I had to chip damage him all the way down. It took 15 minutes. It was crazy. I was at some point I was like, all right, this is kind of gay.
And it's one of these things I just never understood that with the random stuff, because that would happen to me in places where I shouldn't get Leviathan. I would always get Leviathan. There's no water here.
Yeah.
Or I remember I was in the desert and got Shiva. I was like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
So it was just a little rough. But other games I've been playing, I finished Telltale Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm.
Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah. You were telling me.
Yeah, it was surprisingly enjoyable. It was. There were some parts I felt like they were trying to go for like the movie feel, which it was a little dumb, but overall I enjoyed that.
It's more based on the comic books, is what I read.
Yeah, and that's what I got out of it. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some fun parts that were pretty good. Just typical Telltale game. Fix your fucking engine though.
Yeah, I
played.
Fucking
God.
I remember I was playing Telltale Batman episode 4, and I just wasn't that impressed. Which is sad because I love Telltale Batman so much. In episode 4, it was just like there was a whole bunch of weird shit that happened, like Catwoman being resentful towards me. I'm like, I just saved your life, bitch. Yeah. How about a little gratitude?
I can't wait for Telltale Batman on Tuesday. I have the day off. Hot damn, going through episode 4 and 5, baby.
It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, and I'm like I was telling you the other day, I want to try and go through most of the Telltale games. I haven't played the Walking Dead ones.
I don't like the Walking Dead.
I'm not a Walking Dead fan, but they say those are the best ones.
I disagree. I think Telltale Batman's the best.
Well, I think Telltale Batman's the best as well, but again, I have a biased opinion because I haven't played the Walking Dead.
So I played the Walking Dead season 1.
I heard season 1's amazing of that Walking Dead.
I didn't think it was that great. I played The Wolf Among Us.
That's my next one I'm gonna play as well.
That one's pretty cool. I've played Telltale Batman, and Telltale Batman's better than all of them, for sure. Like by a wide margin.
See, I've played Telltale Batman. I've played Telltale Game of Thrones. Now the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm gonna jump into Wolf Among Us.
I played the first episode of Telltale Game of Thrones, and I was like, this sucks.
I enjoyed Game of Thrones. It was okay. There's some stuff I didn't really care for, but I think was Game of Thrones was like super popular when they got that license.
Yeah.
Was it? That
was like season 3 Game of Thrones.
Okay. Because I would love to see what they would do in season 2, but I don't think they're gonna do a season 2.
Yeah, probably not.
And then, lastly, I've been playing this game. Like I was telling you about.
Silver Case.
The Silver Case.
Silver Case.
Now, are you familiar with Suda 5-1?
Oh yeah, sure.
So this is his one of his first games that he was the director, and it's a visual novel. If you want to take a gander there.
I mean, every time I see this, I mean to buy it.
Because I think GameStop's been clearancing them out.
1999 to 2005 to 2006. What?
Yeah, it's based on you're a cop in the I think 24 wards or some shit like that it's called, and you're looking for a serial killer named Kamui, and basically you're doing all these cases, and that tie into one overarching plot. It's typical Suda 5-1 where there's crazy, memorable characters, weird dialogue, and I remember I was messaging you the other day saying that I'm not kind of understanding this, but then there's a couple revelations where I reread some case files. I was like, the aha moment.
Yeah, I love the aha moment in video games. Nothing better.
Yeah, nothing better than that. So I'm playing through the second campaign because there's this little side story that you're a journalist when you meet up with the detectives from the first little campaign there. Ties in very nicely. It makes events from both sides that this is why this happened. So you need to play the 2 campaigns to get the whole shebang. But like I was telling you the other day, I don't like visual novels on console.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because I love them on console. It's like you just chill out, you can sit there. Here's the problem, though. You got to make sure you don't get distracted. You can't be checking your phone. Yep. The phone's the visual novel killer. Oh,
absolutely. See, when I played Danganronpa on my Vita, I didn't really reach for my phone because I had my Vita in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, I'll read a text box and be like, oh, I got a text message. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 30 minutes later, you get back to the game.
Yeah, and it sometimes can kill the experience. But overall, I actually really like the Silver Case. If you're a fan of No More Heroes or Killer 7, you're not going to necessarily get action gameplay, but the same writing, same memorable characters from Suda 5-1. The world building is really good too, despite it being a visual novel. You feel the 24 wards is kind of this little small area, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and good little game. I think you can find it fairly cheap. It's $20, maybe less than that.
Speaking of No More Heroes, how hyped are you for 3?
Oh my god! I don't think he said that's not No More Heroes 3 though.
That's what they literally said. No More Heroes 3 in the trailer.
It's because he said he would like that to spark the revival of that franchise. But have you seen gameplay for it?
So was it supposed to be like No More Heroes 2.5?
It's I think it's like a spin-off game, like a side game. Because like he's got a lot of his indie developer friends like making little scenarios for it. It's like I don't know if you've seen gameplay for it. Have you?
No.
It looks like you remember the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games? It's kind of that top-down.
Now I'm fucking mad.
Yeah,
that's fucking stupid.
But I think I haven't seen all the gameplay, but I know there's different set pieces and stuff like that.
Well, because so did you play any of the New Heroes games?
I played the first one. I didn't play 2.
So hope may not be lost because I know that there is there's different like gameplay modes. Like it gets real fucking crazy and shit. So I'm gonna look into this. If it's not like a full No More Heroes game, I'll be fucking pissed because I love that series.
I really liked No More Heroes, the first one. I thought very memorable.
And am I crazy or they announced like a re-release of 1 and 2 on Switch? Did they do that?
No.
Okay. That's Bayonetta 1 and 2 on Switch and then 3.
That'd be dope. They did No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Switch.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah, I would sign up for that.
Now you got me all sad and somber.
Well, I apologize, but I do love bringing you down a notch sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Silver Case, if you know, I've been going through my backlog on my PS4 a lot. I haven't bought a new game in a while, which that's been a goal of mine.
Well, it's been a little bit of a lull recently.
Yeah.
You know, we got Yakuza 0 coming out
or Yakuza
next
6.
month. Sorry, Yakuza 6 coming out next month. God of War coming out next month. You excited for God of War?
I am, but it's weird. I don't buy Sony exclusives day one. I don't know why I don't do this.
That's fucked up.
It's just because like I always wait. I don't know. I just always wait, but then like
they're always quality, Pedro.
I know they're quality. I love them, but then I'm afraid I need to get this day one because with Horizon, the hype train. I think the hype train killed Horizon for me.
It shouldn't have.
Same with the Last of Us, because like everyone's like, oh, it's great, and then you get like beat over the head with it, where you just kind of like, all right, whatever.
See, I'm in the camp that I think Last of Us is a great game that's vastly overrated.
See, but then like I think any game you hype that much will end up being overrated.
I just thought that Last of Us was a pretty run-of-the-mill third-person shooter. Like they were all praising like the story, how revolutionary and great the story is. I'm like, it's okay.
But then like what I don't like when people hype up games, like I like it when like people, oh, you should play it, check it out. But like I don't like it like some of the media coverage these games get, because like inevitably you end up disappointed when there's like, oh, you're expecting me like this life-changing experience, and you're like, oh, well, it's okay.
Horizon's not overhyped though.
For me it was, because like it's compared to Breath of the Wild, which is in its own right an overrated game.
Horizon's better.
I agree with you 100%.
I think you didn't play Horizon?
Yeah, I played like 10 to 15 hours in.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I actually really like Horizon, but again, it's been one of those games that's easy for me to go away from it, because I'm like, okay, I already know this game's good, whatever, and it's just like that, and I hate that feeling.
Well, see, that game's got a really good aha moment when in those last 2 chapters.
I feel it coming.
Everything comes together, and you're just like, oh fuck.
Well, and then what killed me? Same thing with The Witcher. That ruined The Witcher for me. When it's
disgusting.
Well, no, it's not that I don't like the games. It's like
it's hurtful.
I feel like when I buy the games, I'll buy them, when I see them on sale or something like that. And then the minute I do that, a fucking definitive edition comes out, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm like, mother. And then I get irritated, and I don't even want to bother playing this because I know there's a better version. And again, that. So I feel like it's like outside circumstances that kill these games for me.
God of War, though, I'm really excited for because it's different. We don't get Viking Norse games very often.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Which is weird if you think about it, because that should be a gold mine for games.
Absolutely.
And now we got Kratos. He killed all the Greek gods. And as I said on you, Norse gods, you fucked.
It's going down.
You fucked. This man just single-handedly wiped out the entire Greek alliance, and now. What do you got? Nothing.
What you gonna do?
Nothing. They're gonna do nothing.
When Kratos.
He's literally gonna take that giant axe and carve his name in Thor's chest.
I like that.
And then bitch slap him.
Good.
I'm excited. I'm hyped.
Yeah. Fun fact: I've actually never played a God of War game.
Oh, that's all right. I say because the weird thing about God of War is that you can pretty much skip 2, because 2 kind of has the same exact plot as 3.
Don't they all have the same plot?
No, because...
Isn't he always just yelling, Ares?
No, because in the first one is all about killing Ares. And then the second one and third one are about killing all the gods.
Yeah, I always looked at God of War, and like I remember seeing the gameplay, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, the gameplay gets repetitive after a while. Especially because there's like really... Especially in the first one and the second one, I remember... there's like really seriously challenging puzzles that broke the fucking immersion of the game for me. I was like, this sucks. I'm over it. Like, I'm out of here. I'm out. But I've beaten all of them so far, except for what was the bullshit one on PS3 that came out?
Ascension.
Yeah, I didn't even touch that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like those games in that genre for me, like, I always look at those games. I'm like, eh.
Yeah. Admittedly, the repetition does get to you, but this new one doesn't look like it's going to be repetitive. It looks like it's got a lot of really good action systems in it.
Talking about like gameplay and stuff like that, I want a quick aside.
Mm-hmm.
So, games are broken up into genres.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is your favorite genre?
RPG, JRPG, for sure.
See, because I thought that was for me the same thing, but I'm like, is it really? Because like, I don't love all JRPGs. I don't.
Oh, you don't have. I don't think you have to love all of them.
And I noticed that like certain JRPGs are really hard for me to get into. Like with I remember playing Xenosaga and not getting into it, and same thing with Chrono Cross. I know that wounds you deeply. I'm sorry, but I played this. Like you play it, I'm like, yeah, this is not really doing this for me.
I don't even know what to fucking say to that.
But
I thought you hadn't played Chrono Cross.
No, I played like 2 hours into it, and it didn't hook me. And I'm not one of those people where like, oh, it gets good 8 hours in, you can go fuck yourself. No. But certain, I think it's got to be a setting thing for me, because like if it's a game like the Shin Megami Tensei games always hook me because it's a contemporary setting, and the gameplay is challenging, but the stories aren't necessarily the greatest.
Yeah.
But that's not really why I play them. But it just, for some reason, a game, if you don't put your hooks into me within the first hour and a half to 2 hours, I'm done. I'm out. And I notice that happens to me a lot playing RPGs, where I'm just like, fuck this.
So you didn't get the Chrono Cross with the story, and it's like, hey, he's dead, and he's in...
I didn't care.
Didn't really
do it for me. Nope.
The cool, like, swallow weapon he has,
Nope.
didn't really...
Nope.
That's sad.
Xenogears, though, had its hooks into me, and then I just never went back to it.
Yeah, you gotta do that, for sure.
But, yeah, I've noticed that. But then, so I'm... who has a lot of RPGs in his collection, I'm like... Am I just do I think I like RPGs, or do I?
No, I think you're thinking too much of that. I think you're thinking too deep. You're going too deep down this rabbit hole, because like you don't have to like all the games or even like most of them, because admittedly there's a whole bunch of trash RPGs that come out like fucking Fairy Fencer F. Go fuck yourself. But if you can grab like your favorite games, think about them and be like, wow, I really loved this, and this, and be like, okay, well those are all JRPGs. I'm a JRPG guy. Like that's got me. Because like for instance, like I love Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy X, Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, like Xenogears. Those are just off the top of my head. Xenoblade Chronicles, which I just beat. I'm like, okay, these are like fucking fantastic. I love these. The Personas. These are all JRPGs. I'm a JRPG guy. I love it. I'll play a JRPG any day of the week over any other genre.
Yeah, see, that's not me. I can't do it because even with like my favorite franchises, like I don't. Sometimes like when I go back and check stuff out, it falls off the list. Like we're about to have a monumental moment here on Alpha Nerds, because I've been championing this game for a long time.
Final Fantasy 15 is bad.
No,
damn it.
But I recently, this past week, I was fucking around at home. Like testing a bunch of shit in my collection, because I get bored and do this, but make sure everything works and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I popped in Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh no, what's going on?
And as you know, I was a really big fan of Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
And I'm playing this, and something dawned on me, because I had 2 different save files.
Yeah.
And I have one where I grinded to like level 99, got in line hard, did everything, and one where I was like level 20. And I noticed my save was around the same area, but I was 2 different levels.
Okay.
And then it fucking hit me. Did you know the enemies scale with you in Final Fantasy VIII?
I didn't. That sucks.
So enemies it's recommended you don't even bother grinding. Don't fucking bother doing it.
Wow.
because like they scale. So I'm like, who in the fuck thought that was a good idea?
I hate scaling enemies. I really do.
And then the other thing, I was talking to you the other day where I was like, the concept of a gunblade, and I was like, I was sitting there looking at this, and I was looking at it like it's a fucking sword with a revolver handle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not even cool. Why not just have a gun?
Yeah.
What's the point of the blade? What's the point?
Well, because theoretically in Final Fantasy, the characters are so powerful that guns really don't do a whole lot to them.
But blades do?
Well, yeah, because you get these super powerful legendary blades that are like chopping through people.
And then the part that broke me was the draw system, where you don't buy you don't buy magic. You have to get it from your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So when you run into a fight, you have to like draw magic out of guys, and you have to do that instead of like just having magic.
Yeah, no, Final Fantasy it's way overcomplicated.
Yeah, they overcomplicate the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I was trying to figure out what the fuck did I like about it. I don't remember what.
Was it your first one?
No.
Was it your first PS1?
No.
Final Fantasy?
No.
I don't know. Because I don't like Final Fantasy 8 either. I'm like, well, I don't understand why people champion this game so much, because like, it's weird. Like the story goes out into space, like this weird romance story.
Yeah, and it was one of those things. Maybe like it was at a time in my life where I played Final Fantasy 8 when I was like 16, 17 years old. Like when I was bored, I went through it and I'm like, oh, this is sweet. So maybe at that time I was like going through a romance or something myself. Maybe we found some common ground here.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
No, I think 7 and 9 are leagues above it.
Well, and then my thing is like the story there. They're all from an orphanage, but no one remembers. So you mean to tell me that you wouldn't remember a guy who's wearing a fuzzy half jacket with a fucking $3 haircut? You wouldn't remember growing up in an orphanage? And his name's Squall. Who forgets a name like Squall?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, just a lot of stupid shit goes on in it. And a lot of stupid shit. So I'm like,
shenanigans.
I'm like, huh. I'm off the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Off. You're here first because 9 I love.
I love 9. I just wish the art style didn't pull me away from it so much. I just do not like that art style.
I love Final Fantasy 9. 7, lukewarm on it.
When was the last time you played 7?
Last time I played 7 was when the PS4 little re-release came out.
Oh, so you still lukewarm on it after that?
Yeah, still lukewarm on it. I was like, again, I just play this, I'm like, just So again, this ties into my thing, like, my favorite Final Fantasy 9, I would say, I wouldn't put 15 in favorite category, excuse me, but like I enjoy 15 for what it was. 12 I enjoyed. And then the game we are going to talk about next. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be the meat and potatoes of this here Alpha podcast.
Let me know what you think, buddy.
Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy 13. This is your challenge for T-Ball.
This was a T-Ball challenge. So I played through. I'm 35 hours in. I'm about past Taijin Tower.
Okay, so just to catch everybody up, this is a retrospective review that I challenged him to do on Final Fantasy 13, because when Final Fantasy 13 came out, there was a lot of hubbub about it being
there was some hubbub.
Yeah, it was very controversial.
But now, see, I feel like that was... Okay, what Square did with the fucking Final Fantasy VII tech demo, I think was probably the worst thing that ever happened to the Final Fantasy fan base.
I agree.
Because any game that came out that was
wasn't
not Final Fantasy VII, people were having none of it.
Yep, I went on lengths about this on the R&M podcast about like how much I fucking hated the Final Fantasy fans for it.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things, like, it still happens. Like, I don't get why, like, they don't always have to make Final Fantasy VII. Like, that's why, that's probably a part of the reason why I have a lot of hate towards 7, where I'm lukewarm on it. I'm like, because, like,
yeah,
what's so great about it? Like, explain to me what's so great about it that hasn't been done by other games.
I don't think there's anything specific that 7 does that's great, except for the characters. I think that it's just everything that comes together so well, like Midgar and the art style, and like you're saying, 8's weird because like the gunblade and the setting, it doesn't really fit all together. Where I think like everything in 7 fits together perfectly. I think The Buster Sword fits perfect with that setting, where there's this giant sword that's like all kind of rusted and fucked up, and you got Barrett with his fucking hand arm gun thing.
Speaking of Seth, there's a fucking scene where Barrett straight up goes like starts massacring people.
Yeah.
And we just kind of don't enjoy it. We're just like, hey, he's mad. There's a bunch of people getting shot, and no one cares. Move on.
Yeah, he just kind of like loses it for a second there. But that's not that desert place where all poor people are is. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's killing poor people. Who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, it just, I don't know. Before we get back into 13, with 7, like, I like Crisis Core a lot more than I do 7.
Crisis Core is amazing. So let's jump into 13 here. What
13. Well, I just kind of want to look at the sales figures quick of the 13 franchise.
Okay.
Because my thing is, like, why did this game get so much hate if it sold first day over 1 million units?
Well, I know in Japan it's a big hit. People in Japan love it.
People in Japan love it.
So they made 3 of
them. So I'm trying to look. Okay, so Final Fantasy 13 as of January 2013, so obviously probably more. Yeah, in fact, we're looking at from July. We'll say 2016, 9.7 million units.
That's a lot of units
for Final Fantasy 13. So 9.7 million people bought this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets so much hate.
So tell me, Pedro, what do you think? What's going on here?
I really like the soundtrack.
Soundtrack's great.
Probably my favorite Final Fantasy
fantastic.
Soundtrack. Like, out of all the games, like, that's probably, this soundtrack's probably my favorite.
It's fantastic.
I like Lightning a lot. Hope can go fuck himself.
Yeah, Hope's guy.
I warmed up to Snow. I'm like, okay. I think, what the hell's the other guy? Saz? No, not Saz.
Saz.
I
think it's Saz. He's got the chocobo in his
surprisingly, my first playthrough of Final Fantasy 13, I hated him. Second time I played through this playthrough, I used Saz a lot.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, yeah. And then Vanille and Fang I like. But the world, I really like the world building in this game. Despite the fact you don't get to explore the world too much, like, it's very linear.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the world felt. I wish you could.
Yeah.
I wish the game could open up, you could explore towns and stuff like that. Because, like, going from Cocoon to Grand Pulse, I really like the journey, and, like, some of the set pieces in the background were great looking, and I was like, man, I wish I could go run around this.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, there's one major gripe I have with this game though, the fucking leveling and the Gil.
Okay.
It's really hard to get Gil. Really hard. You have to.
You don't really need Gil that much.
I know, and it's irritating because, like, I'm just one of those people, like, I like having a lot of money and, like, being able to buy weapons, but, like, it's the way you upgrade your gear is weird.
Because you can theoretically just upgrade your same weapon all the way up, right? You don't have to really get new weapons. I thought that was also jarring. I thought the star system was jarring with the game because they didn't really ever explain what makes a good.
Basically, they, from my understanding of it, they designed a battle system where you could be fucking awful at it and still get through the game, or you could be amazing at it, and there's a very deep combat system there.
Yeah.
And the more efficient you are, the better star rating you get, the better drops you get, obviously. So, but again, I feel like the game punishes you unfairly for certain things because, like, if you turn off the auto battle function, the combat system can get very deep.
Yeah.
Which I did that, and I was very engaged the whole time. I was like, oh man, this is okay. I need to set my fucking, the hell they call it, the paradigms up.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some very creative ones which I liked. I didn't notice, like, it until late game where there's actually you get a little bit of haste boost if you shift at the right time. Like, there's a way to paradigm shift where your bar fills up faster.
Oh.
And learning how, like, using debuffs is the best way to stagger enemies, and, like, if an enemy's got a lot of health, use poison because it takes a percentage. So, like, they'll lose fucking a shitload of health if you do it right. So there's stuff that I think the combat system is actually very deep. Those people who sit there, you could hit mash auto battle, and you don't have to do anything. I think you're wrong. Like,
yeah, I don't know how you get through some of those bosses.
Yeah, no way.
In auto battle.
And there's stuff I really liked, but I didn't like the Crystarium system. I kind of hate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't like it. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I'm on the same camp as you. I think Final Fantasy 13 is got a lot of negative reception for nothing. Honestly, I think it's a good game. I think though that you said something earlier that's really important, is that we've been kind of robbed of that new town feel. You know, in like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9,
Yeah.
you go to a new town, you get to explore, you get to go. This is basically for a lot of RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
You go in like all the different houses and talk to the people
Yeah.
and whatnot. We haven't been able to do that in a Final Fantasy game in forever.
No.
Because and I would love to be able to do that in 13 and 15, but 15 had no towns.
No, very few.
And the towns that were there were like a fucking hut and
Yeah.
a camper, which apparently.
But
strong.
yeah, because even in 12 you didn't really have that. Because in 12, like, you go to these different kingdoms and stuff like that, which is one of these weird things. 12's world feels bigger than 15's world, which is weird.
Yeah.
But it's not. And same thing with 13. Like, 13's world feels a lot bigger than 15's. But again, you don't have that feeling of getting to a new town. Where like in Final Fantasy 9, you go from like Alexandria to Bermesia. You're like, oh, what's going on here? Like, and to me, getting to a new town represented progress.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I remember like, oh, I got to a new town. All right, I want to buy all the good items, sit here, grind, get all, there's a good place to train, put 5 hours into just grinding, and then, all right, we're going to be ready to go.
And then you get to like 13, and it's like, go, 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 go.
Yeah, and like these games are very linear, I noticed, with like 15's linear as well, too. If you're just going main story, like, it's very linear.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I feel like the linearity of it until you get to Grand Pulse, where the game opens up. I love Grand Pulse. I remember I spent like a long time doing the Seath Stone missions on Grand Pulse, and I enjoyed that a lot. And the soundtrack and the music there, and the awe of seeing the monsters roaming around, and I actually really liked 13.
Now here's what I will say is that Lightning Returns does have that new town feel. In Lightning Returns, you get to run around, go into the new towns, talk to the people, help them out, and whatnot. Lightning Returns is a weird game, but I think that it does that successfully, where you get to explore a lot. But 13-2 is the best game in that series. 13-2 is really, really, truly an amazing game. I think it's better than 13. I think it's better than 15. I think it's better than 14. I think 13-2 is, like, in my opinion, the last great Final Fantasy game. And it takes place directly after 13. And it takes place, or you play as Lightning's younger sister, Sarah.
Yeah.
And this other bro named Noel. And it's pretty cool because there's like a Pokemon aspect to it.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
You get to go collect the monsters and level them up, and you can basically collect any enemy in the game. So like you can collect Lightning as a monster, as a third party member.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because at one point there's like the DLC missions you can download. And you can fight them, and you can beat them and get them as a party member. And you can have like Odin and shit.
And I actually have a lot of memories with 13 because I never inherently hated 13.
Yeah, me either.
But I never I didn't love 13. I didn't hate 13. I was indifferent on it. But 13, I remember when 13 was like the first Final Fantasy game I ever bought day one, because I feel like for some reason. When I was younger, I feel like I was just on media blackout. Like, I didn't read a lot of gaming magazines. I didn't follow a lot of gaming media. So, like, anytime I saw, like, Final Fantasy came out, like, I'd be...
Well, it wasn't readily as available.
Yeah, it was just, like, months later. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'd buy it used or some shit like that. And then I remember this game came out 2009, so my freshman year of college. Okay.
Sorry, I chew my beard a lot. It just happens.
Fun fact. And this was the first Final Fantasy game I ever bought with my own money, day one, and here's the weird thing. I bought it for Xbox 360.
That is weird. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, I was like, So I feel, for some reason, it's the same game on both consoles.
Yeah.
But, like, I remember it being really jarring playing it on Xbox 360. I'm like, this kind of...
I still think if Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, that Xbox version is getting canceled.
I hope it does.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just one of those things, like, because, Final Fantasy's inherently a PlayStation franchise.
It is. It really is, because it used to be a Nintendo franchise.
Yeah.
And Nintendo fucked up.
LOL.
They fucked up.
Yeah.
And now it's a Sony franchise. You didn't put that shit on Xbox.
Yeah, so because I have a friend, my friend Nathan, he played Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox One. I was like, ugh.
That's weird. You don't see people do that. It's,
Right? I was like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah. So with 13, I think it's. I think I'm gonna beat it. I want to finally beat it. I've actually never beaten this game. I get to the end.
Neither have
stop.
I. I've never beaten it. I never actually even got to Grand Pulse.
Oh wow!
The first I ever got in the game and I got stuck was I got stuck in one of those really weird RPG spots where like I didn't have any healing items, and like my character was underleveled and I didn't have a place to really grind.
See, I feel like it's really hard to be underleveled in this game.
And I got stuck on the fucking boss with like the 4 heads.
Bartandalus.
Yeah, Bartandalus. Fuck that guy. I got stuck at him forever. I couldn't beat him.
Mm-hmm. See, because what the recommendation is with 13 is until you shouldn't advance the story until you can't advance the Crystarium. So that like once you can't go any higher on the Crystarium level thing, that means you're strong enough to move forward.
Okay.
So I mean, I had the guide for this, so that's kind of how I knew. But
I've been meaning to go back to it. See, I got that new hard drive for my PlayStation, so I can go back and play my PS3 games, because for some weird reason we never got an HD collection, or not because they're already HD, but a re-release on PS4.
I think it's coming. I think an HD collection is coming.
I mean, they're already HD, but like a re-release collection.
These games still look really good.
They're really good looking, yeah. I think Lightning's a great protagonist, by the way, too. I agree with you there. But yeah, I got to Bartandalus and failed, but I beat 13-2 in Lightning Returns. And I got this new hard drive for my PS3, so I can go back and play these games that never came back on PS4. Because the hard drive I have on PS3 right now is just I can't even delete games off of it because it's so slow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like when I'm trying to play anything, like I got a whole bunch of pop-ins, and it's a really bad situation. So I can't wait to put that new hard drive in there and go back and play like Spec Ops: The Line, Final Fantasy 13, Kings of Amalur Reckoning.
Because I feel like you've been finding yourself drawn to the PS3. Like what's luring you back in, buddy?
I don't know.
Because I remember before, like you said, like you hate the controller, you hate the cross media.
I do hate the controller. I hate the house.
I'm like, what is drawing Seth back
because
to this
I
console?
can deal with that because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a USB controller because now I have this 14-foot fucking cable.
Yeah.
I can just plug my PS4 controller right in there because. Admittedly, a lot of games don't work well with the PS4 controller on Bluetooth.
It's like Bluetooth.
It's like all fucked up. There's also like I want to get like a good controller for my PS3 and go back and play some of these games because I haven't been able to play my PS3 in about a good solid 2-3 years since I put that new hard drive in.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason for my disdain towards it because it's just so fucking slow. Mm-hmm. I can barely load the store. Like there's just like everything's
irritating.
Yeah, everything's just kind of broken on it. So I'm gonna put that new hard drive in. I'm gonna be Gucci. And then I'm gonna go to town on some of these older games that I never got to play.
Yeah, because like I was telling you the other day, like my PS3 is in my bedroom. Mm-hmm. It's the console I use in my bedroom to watch Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, all that stuff. And I have a stack of games in my bedroom for my PS3 that I want to play. Mm-hmm. And I keep it in there, cause I have a roommate, so sometimes maybe like if he wants to use the living room, I'm like, oh yeah, man, go for it. I'll be in here fucking chilling. But I just feel like every time I pick up the controller in there, I'm just like,
The controller sucks.
Well, it's not even like it's that. I just feel myself being drawn to my PS4 right now. Like my PS4 right now, I feel like I'm going through a renaissance with my PS4.
You know what? I'll say this: the PS4 is a great fucking console.
Yeah,
it really is. There's a lot of really, really good games on PS4. Yeah. Like I was just telling you that apparently that Tokyo Zandu game is on PS4. It's supposed to be like really like a really good, amazing RPG that no one ever heard about. And I love games like that. I love games that I don't know anything about, and I jump in and just latch on and go deep. I did that with a game recently. I forget what it was, but I loved it. I had a great time. But yeah, so there's just like a lot of really cool, weird games coming to PS4, like that Silver Case game.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? No one ever heard of that. No. It was just there. And
and it's one of those things, like, for me, like I was telling you earlier, like, I'm just going through this renaissance with my PS4, like, because there's games coming out that I want, yes, but I looked at, like, my game shop, I'm like, there's games here I need to, like, I want to fucking play.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And, like, so after, like, I beat Silver Case, I'm playing Wolf Among Us, gonna beat Batman, gonna play, gonna finish Yakuza 0, and then I have this new slate of stuff I want to touch. I want to finish East Origins.
Oh yeah.
I'm like holy, like I don't need to fucking buy anything for a while. I still got Nier Automata to get into.
Oh yeah.
So like I'm good. That's why, and that's kind of where I'm in this happy place where I'm like I'm good. I don't need to be buying all these other games.
Yep.
Even though the collector in me wants to, I'm like, I want to finish what I got.
What about Yakuza 6? You getting Yakuza 6 right off the bat?
No.
Oh, see, I'm going to because I want that special edition.
Is it a steelbook?
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So I'm getting that special edition, and then because I don't want to miss out on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hold up and you miss out. So I don't want to do that.
If there's just a steelbook edition, I'll get it.
It's like there's like an edition that I think I'm getting. It's the same price.
Okay.
And
because then maybe, but like. Yeah, because I feel like with the Yakuza series, the way I don't recommend doing the marathon. I don't recommend that.
No, definitely not.
But I think where you finish a Yakuza game, then you give it like I finished Yakuza Kiwami, I think in November, January maybe, or not November, January, December, January around that time. So I'm like, okay, taking a little break, play some other stuff, and then I'm gonna jump back in.
Yep.
And that's what I'm doing with RPGs. Like once I finish an RPG. I'm not gonna touch another RPG for a while.
For sure with an RPG, you gotta get yourself.
And I think that's where maybe you get yourself overwhelmed and you don't want to play anything.
Yep.
So I'm finding a new rhythm here.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the rhythm because that's what happens. You do get overwhelmed and then you don't play anything. Like I remember when Christmas would come around, I would get like 6 games at Christmas.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
And then just not play any of them. And I'd be like, because I can't decide what I want to play. I got too much shit I got to do right now. So I'm going to put these on the back burner. Oh, here's a new game comes out. And I grabbed the jump on the new game. And that train just kept going. All these games just fill my backlog and never got played. Which is kind of what's happening now, but I'm okay with it because now I have enough PS4 games that I really want to play. Like Nier Automata and that Utuato game or whatever it's called. That I can just like look at my shelf and be like, all right, well, I just beat Ni no Kuni 2. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yakuza Kiwami 2 or whatever it's going to be next.
So I'm like really happy in that area. So then before we wrap up, Seth, I want to propose, we talked about this the other day. Mm-hmm. I want to propose we need to pick a game for the show for next month. So that we're both going to play, and then we're going to talk about next show.
Yakuza 0.
You want to finish the Yakuza 0 discussion?
Yeah, I think that's I think we're already both playing it, right?
Yeah.
We're already both playing it. We're already both into it. So I think that's the move to make is the Yakuza 0.
Okay. So you heard it here first, folks. Next iteration of the Alpha Nerd Podcast, if you earn the privilege, because you may not, or you may, who knows. But if you were to, it'll be next month. And that'll be post PAX.
Yep.
Which.
Yep. We're gonna have a good time at PAX.
I'm really excited for that trip.
Me too. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Just be sure to check out our social media page. We actually just started a social media page for Two Beers and a Whiskey. So be sure to check out 2 Beers and Whiskey on Facebook, and it's our main podcast, our mother show, if you will.
Our mothership.
The mothership.
Yeah.
So we'll be posting stuff from PAX, and it'll be a good time. There'll be a lot of shenanigans.
Oh, there's gonna be some shenanigans, Pedro.
There's going to be some shenanigans. Also, we need to get our intern a shillelagh while we're up there.
He already has a shillelagh.
Oh, never mind. Where?
There's a shillelagh in this house. Gotta ask him where it's at.
We will find a shillelagh in this house. I'm excited. Well, ladies and germs, or gentlemen, and I use the term gentlemen somewhat loosely, this has been the second iteration of the Alpha Nerd Podcast. I hope you enjoy this privilege, because not too many people get it.
Not too many.
But when we are a giving people here at T-Ball.
Indeed.
But this has been the second iteration of the Alpha Nerd Podcast. Keep on gaming, ladies and gentlemen.